Chapter 9. Your New Toolkit. Now that we have dealt with the past, we can prepare for our future. In this future, we'll be using some new tools. Every good craftsman needs the proper tools. You are building your future, so you will now give yourself the tools to make the most of it. Setting goals and resetting goals. I'm standing in Walgreens in the massive candy aisle. It never fails that I think I know what I want heading into the store. But my mind begins to race as I'm presented with so many choices. What am I craving right now? What haven't I had in a while? What is healthier for me? What candy will I regret least tomorrow? I am paralyzed by a decision. In my worst mindset, I avoid choosing by buying multiple items. That is hardly a disciplined approach. I am human too. However, for a few key areas of our life, we must make firm choices. What are those key areas and how do we choose? We are answering these questions by learning some life tools that will hopefully be our north, south, east, west steady guide points as we navigate decisions. Quote, "There is no such thing as work-life balance. Everything worth fighting for unbalances your life." Elaine de Botton. Tool number 1. Keep a few key goals close. One of my early mentors used to keep post-it notes on his bathroom mirror, one for each goal he had at the time. When I would visit his house, the mirror was sometimes 50% covered in good intentions. Everything was started, and yet nothing was finished. That's how he lived. Yet he was passionate about only a few key goals, and he would talk about them most often. It takes discipline to ignore the noise and focus upon only a few key goals. When we focus, things get done. Quote, "Pay daily attention to what you want to see grow." If your goals were houseplants, how many could you water, fertilize, and manage daily? Perhaps you have too many plants, and all of them are wilting. Our minds cannot simultaneously track more than a few important things. Therefore, we've got to narrow it down if we want good decision-making discipline. We must set prime goals. Personal exercise, my prime goals. For this important exercise, think about your top goals. We're going to get only to the big ones. What category are they in, and what is the goal? Categories such as career, love, money, education, travel, experiences, relationships, debt, health. If you're mindful of your prime goals, then you are going to be mindful of where you're headed. Keep prime goals in front. What can you do to keep these 5 prime goals in front of you at all times? Keeping a list on your phone is a simple method. Post-it notes on your bathroom mirror work too. The most important thing is to keep your top goals in front of you. This first tool allows tools number 2 and 3 to be possible. Also, after achieving one of these goals, replace it with a more appropriate one. Tool number 2. There's only one number 1. Too many goals dilute the significance of the most important goals. It's like too many friends make it difficult to have a few deep friendships. A handful of goals, like a small herd of horses, can be watched, managed, cared for, and enjoyed. If the herd gets too large, it becomes an awful chore, and we become overwhelmed. I am often haunted by goals I carry around and for which I have made no progress. They follow me around like ugly luggage. They make me feel inadequate every time I think of them. So let's maintain our prime goals short list, which you created as tool number 1, keeping it simple, and begin using this second new tool. There's only one number 1. I discovered this tool when I was advising a married couple who were unable to get pregnant after years of trying. They were in their mid-30s and becoming very concerned. Obviously, having a family was a primary goal for them. I inquired about what they had been doing the past several years and quickly found the problem. They had too many goals, and none of their goals was labeled number 1. There can be only one overriding goal to which all other goals are second. In their case, they were growing their own business, working 60 hours a week, remodeling a house in their free time, and she was skipping meals and also working out regularly, as fitness was important to her. This was their top 5 list of goals, and they're not in any order. Growing their business, remodeling the house, starting a family, staying fit, saving money. It turned out that if she didn't work so many hours, she would also reduce their income, so the business growth and money-saving goals would suffer. I told them it's time to choose a number 1, and it doesn't have to harm your other goals for very long. It was a stunning revelation to them that they had it all backward. Their stated number one concern was starting a family, yet their behavior and decisions did not support that number one prime goal. With family selected as number one, I instructed them to design their world with decisions that made the number one goal obvious and more likely to be achieved. She began working only half days, ate more calories while working out less intensely, began shutting down her day after 9 p.m. instead of remodeling, and voila, they were pregnant in 3 months. Their decisions now supported their number one goal. Personal exercise, my number one goal. For this important exercise, what is your number one prime goal right now among your top 5? You can change number one. Your number one goal can change as you make progress with it. Other goals perhaps become more important. I know from my experience that my career goal of being a successful entrepreneur was number one until I made notable progress, and then I outgrew that goal. As well, when a romantic goal is number one and a person finds a great partner, they outgrow that goal. We achieve, we outgrow, and we advance other goals to be number one. That is the process. Overriding rule. A number one goal always gets favorable treatment. Nothing is allowed to hinder progress toward the top goal. All other goals are to be adjusted to make room for the top goal. The odds of you achieving your top goal with this tool are much greater because you are promoting and defending the objective most important to you. It's bound to make progress. Tool number 3, detecting goal and decision overlap. Being mindful of your top 5 goals is important in daily life because decisions will present themselves that overlap with the goals and potentially help or hurt your progress. Some decisions are trivial, like what to wear today or eat for dinner. Other decisions are important, but they may not have an impact upon a primary goal. When a decision overlaps a prime goal, it becomes a prime decision. It is important to detect prime decisions. Awareness of prime decisions should raise your heart rate. You're on stage. This is now a significant decision, not because of the options in front of you, but because this choice can affect a significant goal. In other words, a decision's potential impact upon your life goals is what makes it significant. When you detect a goal decision overlap, you now know to move forward with more caution because you are aware and are defending your goals above all else. So, seemingly small and mid-sized decisions are now significant when an overlap is present. Example 1. If my goal is to advance in my career, the decision of whether to tell my employer, "I'll be on vacation during this critical project," becomes easy to decide. My decision is, no, I won't be going on vacation because I am defending a primary goal regarding my career. I'm not suggesting vacation is to be avoided, but if your absence comes at a critical time in which you can prove yourself, you have to make the choice to defend your goal. Your next promotion may depend upon it. Example 2. If my goal is to win the heart of this particular girl and there's a chance she'll be attending tonight's event, then I should decide to be at that same event, taking a chance she won't show. Instead of joining my buddies who are hounding me to come with them, gotta take a chance in love. Example 3. If my goal is to stay off diabetic drugs by watching my diet and losing weight, per my doctor's serious urging, I should decline an invitation to take a 7-day cruise. Floating atop the sea with 24-hour buffets and strawberry daiquiris for a week could do serious damage to my momentum. My glucose levels will thank me. Example 4. If my goal is to buy a house, then I should resist the urge to trade in my current car for the payment plan on the shiny new car. The extra cash can help me reach the goal sooner, and my credit will be in better shape. On and on, we can think of examples where prime decisions must be detected because of their impact on our primary goals. Be proud of yourself when you connect the dots for tool number 3. You will detect several prime decisions per day if you're vigilant. Tool number 4, recognizing momentum. Have you ever had this feeling? I'm driving my car and beginning a downhill stretch of highway. I take my foot off the accelerator and smugly think, I'm not using any gas right now, as my car's digital gauge displays 99 miles per gallon. It's quieter as I coast downhill. I feel good about the moment. I noticed it. It reminds me that gravity works. Your decision-making momentum deserves to be noticed too. When you enjoy benefits of good decisions, it's unfair to not recognize and appreciate them as the dividends of your hard work as a decision maker. You may be on a good decision streak and it feels great. It's important to recognize momentum, as it reinforces what you are practicing about your goals and your decisions in life. Example 1. People with weight loss goals desperately need to notice momentum to reinforce their new eating and exercise habits and to reprogram their brain's cravings. Noticing daily that they feel a little better, their clothes fit a little better, a compliment from a friend, the weight scale is lower, the energy level is higher. These are great indicators of momentum achieved by many decisions working together for a common goal, being healthier. Example 2. A good friend was single and looking for his soulmate. He was middle-aged, so it was a little more difficult to meet single women. He knew it was a matter of time and numbers. The more candidates he could meet per week would shorten the time to find a mutual match. Therefore, he tracked his momentum by counting how many introductory meetings he could achieve per week, coordinating to meet at the local coffee shops because coffee was much faster and cheaper than lunch. Did I mention that he was socially awkward? Yet with momentum, he noticed weekly. Within 4 months, he achieved his goal, and I was best man at his wedding. Example 3. When we are looking to build savings and investment portfolios as a primary goal, we are rewarded by frequently looking at our account balances. The account balances show us the momentum for this goal and remind us why we make the decisions we make to spend wisely, make more, and save more. Regarding money, our decisions can support only one of two primary approaches, per Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, who wrote, quote, "The difference between my poor dad and my rich dad essentially came down to how they managed their money. Poor dad said, live below your means. My poor dad's budget or money management focused on cutting expenses to meet his income. Alternatively, rich dad said, expand your means. My rich dad's plan focused on increasing income. He said, most people use their budget as a plan to become poor or middle class rather than to become rich. My budget is to plan to become rich." Example 4. I'm an experienced entrepreneur and I still haven't mastered the value of recognizing momentum when building a new business. I'm the visionary and I stress about the whole effort being complete. Yet that isn't an organized way to monitor progress. For example, if I were opening a new restaurant, I should create organized phases. 1. Facility build-out. 2. Purchase equipment. 3. Installation. 4. Permits. 5. The menu. 6. The staff. 7. Operating policy and training. 8. Marketing, etc. As my efforts are phased, my momentum can be tracked and I can feel good about my progress toward my overriding goal of grand opening. Summary of 4 key tools. When we combine what we have learned about decision making and adopt the 4 tools above, we are all in a better position to operate daily as a good decision maker. 1. Keep your prime goals close so you can manage them well. 2. Choose only one number 1 prime goal to guarantee you achieve it. 3. Detect prime goal and decision overlap so you focus on the prime decision. 4. Recognize momentum toward your goals to reinforce your efforts. Now we will transition to operating with your new personal power in your daily decision making.